Imagine you're staring at a dense paragraph in your textbook, trying to grasp a complex concept like photosynthesis. You've read it 3 times, but it's just not clicking. Now, imagine you could just snap a picture of that paragraph with an app, and instantly, it gives you a crystal clear summary, highlighting the key ideas. Even better, you can ask it specific questions, like what is the role of chlorophyll, and it gives you a precise, accurate answer. This isn't magic. This is an AI-powered study tool. But how does it do that? How does a computer read and understand a paragraph of text well enough to summarize it or answer questions about it? That's the core question we'll explore today. In this series, we're peeling back the layers of AI to build genuine intuition. We'll simplify some of the underlying math, but we'll always focus on the why before the what, so you truly understand the fundamental ideas. Today, we're diving into the very first steps an AI takes to make sense of human language. The biggest challenge for a computer is that it doesn't understand words like photosynthesis or chlorophyll. Computers, at their core, only understand numbers. So, our first problem is, how do we convert human language into a numerical format that a machine can process? The solution involves 2 key steps. First, we break the text into smaller, manageable units called NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, tokens NLT/span and GT. Think of it like breaking a sentence into individual words, or even parts of words. For photosynthesis, it might be 1 token. For chlorophyll, it's another. Second, we convert each of these NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, tokens NLT/span and GT, into a list of numbers, called a NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, vector NLT/span and GT. Imagine each word is like a unique color. A computer doesn't see red or blue. It sees the RGB values, 255, 0, 0 for red, or 0, 0, 255 for blue. These numerical NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, vectors NLT/span and GT, are called NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, embeddings NLT/span and GT. The magic of NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, embeddings NLT/span and GT, is that words with similar meanings will have NLT, span style equals color, yellow, and GT, vectors NLT/span and GT, that are numerically close to each other in this abstract space. Plant and tree